Hello everyone, Ed from New Haven, Connecticut here. Hope everybody is doing well. Yes, it is contest time again here in the vinyl community, so throw my hat in the ring for a contest that is up and running as of right now. So this is a contest by a channel that I discovered via watching other entries of this contest, and the channel is Stylus Meets Vinyl, and the gentleman's name is Chris. As a result, I subscribed to his channel. I'm really enjoying his video library and content, really fun stuff, which is actually one of the requirements of his contest is to subscribe to his channel. So he currently has over 1,000 subscribers. That's why he's putting this contest out there, and the gift is actually quite generous that will be presented to the winner. So the criteria of this contest is pretty straightforward. Subscribe to his channel, yes. Give a channel shout out, yes, I certainly can do that. And then we have to do artists around the world. So we have to show an artist or a band that reflects each of the 7 continents, plus swing back and show an artist from Canada as well. So I'll get the channel shout out done first. So my channel shout out is for a channel called Ernest Eldridge, in parentheses, the Trailer Park Pimp. I'm not making that up. He's got about 105 subscribers. Ernest is very low key. His videos are around the 5-6 minute mark. I really like what he does. Gets up there, turns on the camera, talks about music he likes, and then he's out. I try and do the same thing. So he talks a lot about country, old country, new country, cowpunk, rockabilly, some one-off interesting stuff. So he really has some interesting stuff he's presented, and I like some of the artists that he showed. So just definitely check out Ernest for mellow, low-key, a record chat, little record reviews. That's Ernest Eldridge, and I'll put his link down below for folks to check out. All right, so let's begin with the contest. So in no particular order, I'm going to start off here with North America. And there's certainly no shortage of artists or bands that I could pick. But lately I've been listening to a lot of like 70s soul and 70s R&B. And when a lot of folks think about those great artists or bands that had that great, 70s soul LP run, particularly the early 70s, you immediately think of Marvin Gaye, you think of Stevie Wonder, even Isaac Hayes, right? That's a great catalog right there of early 70s stuff. But for me, who I gravitate to, who had a great early 70s catalog run solo work, is Curtis Mayfield. So this is Curtis Mayfield live, released in 1971. This was recorded at the Bitter End in New York City, double LP, very intimate setting, maybe just only a couple hundred people in the audience. So this LP encompasses impressions tracks and stuff from his first solo LP that was just released. To me, this is a very intimate late night listen, which is how I discovered it on the radio, like a late night 1 a.m. experience kind of thing many years ago. He does a great cover on here of the Carpenters' We've Only Just Begun, which at the time was a brand new track, followed by People Get Ready and Stare and Stare. That's like a great LP side right there in my mind. So this is Curtis Mayfield, a great live LP recorded at the Bitter End in New York City, 1971. So if you're not familiar with Curtis, give this a stream and check this out. It's really good. Let's move over to South America. A lot of folks are going down to Brazil, as am I. So we've got good old Antonio Carlos Jobim with Tide from 1970. Bossa Nova, light jazz, we all know it. We all know the style and the sound. And no surprise, we have our 187th cover version of The Girl from Ipanema right there. But that song was his bread and butter, so why not cover it again? Nice background music, really good stuff. So Brazilian Jobim right here with Tide. Let's go over to Africa. Particularly, I'm going to go to the outside the coast of West Africa, to the islands that are out there, and particularly to an island called Cape Verde. And so an artist who I really love from Cape Verde, one of the islands that's off of the west coast of Africa, is Cesaria Avora. And this is her LP, São Vicente, which is St. Vincent. So all her releases are sung in native Portuguese. She was known as the Queen of Morna, which is a style of music that she performed in. So I have a number of her releases. All of them are on CD, really beautiful. The lyrics that come with it are in Portuguese and in English as well. Bonnie Raitt actually does a track with her on this. So if you're not familiar with her and that style of music, I highly recommend you give this a listen. Some of it you can dance to, some of it you just kind of lay back and listen to, but all of it is just really beautiful and a wonderful singing voice. So if you're not familiar with Cesaria Avora, I definitely recommend that you go check her out. And that's my representation there from Africa. All right, so let's move on to Asia, and I'm going to go to India, and I went with the Concert for Bangladesh. I'm showing the booklet because the triple LP box is a little heavy this early in the morning from when I'm doing this. So I chose this because obviously Ravi Shankar, a big contributor to this concert. So I'll show you some pictures from the booklet. Ravi in performance with the track Bangladun that he did with the other Indian musicians that are right there. I mean, once again, you know, a sitar virtuoso, right? It really introduced this music to the Western world, him and George Harrison. So it really is just a beautiful piece of music. And I can remember buying the box set when I was a teenager, and for years just automatically skipping side one and not even giving this music a listen to. But as time has gone on, you get to appreciate it a bit more and really, really enjoy it. So we have some more photos of Ravi right there. So once again, the track Bangladun from the Concert for Bangladesh, released in 1971, my entry for Asia. Let's go over to Europe. Specifically, let's go to Germany. I like to show a lot of female artists when I can, and sometimes I'm just in the mood to listen to something raw, aggressive, uncompromising, challenging, and maybe gets folks to clear the house a little bit sooner if I got some company, but I love it. And that is Nina Hagen right here. And this is I can never say it right, Nun Sex Monk Rock right here from I have my notes here, 1982. This was her first all English release, but when you listen to it, you're kind of saying to yourself, she really singing in English? It's hard to tell. This is really abrasive, new wavy, but post-punk loud stuff. Chris Spedding is on here. Paul Schaefer is on here. They played on a number of her LPs. I have Fearless as well. They're also on that one also, which is a great record. So this is challenging, raw, in-your-face type music. But if I'm in the mood for it, I love it. She's just a great performer. I've never gotten to see her live. I would love to. She's still out there today performing, I believe. So this is Nina Hagen from 1980. What did I say? 82 with Nun Sex Monk Rock right here. Hard thing for me to say. Let's move over to Australia. So Australia, I picked a band that I was very much into in my college radio DJs around the 1986-87 time period. And I think they had sort of a middling career over in Australia, so maybe they've not been shown or talked about before. But this is a band called the Huxton Creepers, and this was their first LP released on Big Time here in the States, called 12 Days to Paris. So we played this a lot at the radio station. I love this record, brings back a lot of great memories for me. The tracks that we played a lot, I Will Persuade You and Autumn Leaves, those were, I'll just say, the big hits that we played on the radio station back in the day. So they put out a couple of LPs. They were only around for a short span. I have my notes here, 84 to 89. They've done some one-off reunions since then. So Australia right here, the Huxton Creepers. And for college radio in the late 80s, this is kind of what it sounded like. This was a very, I don't want to say generic sound, but a lot of bands had this type of style of music that was out there. But good stuff for me, a lot of great memories with the Huxton Creepers and 12 Days to Paris. Let's go to Antarctica. This was tough. This was a tough one. So I'm just going to go for something that's pretty obvious. I think somebody might have done it already. Who knows? It might even be a cheat. But it almost is like, I'm just going to do it anyway. It's the cover of Fleetwood Mac's Penguin right here from 1970, 73, right? The Bob Welch years, as I say, for Fleetwood Mac. So I actually like the Bob Welch years of Fleetwood Mac, that 71 to 75 time period. This one I don't play as much. Transitional album for a band that had a lot of transitions. I love Bare Trees that came before it. I love Mystery to Me, which came after it. Just great stuff. But Penguin is here solely for the cover for my Antarctica entry. So there you are, Fleetwood Mac, the Bob Welch years from 1973, Antarctica. All right, and lastly, let's circle it back to Canada. I'll redeem myself a little bit here, hopefully. I'm going for Toronto's own Martha and the Muffins right here. Their debut LP right here. What is it again? Yes, Metro Music. I have my notes right here, and it's right here as well. Metro Music, of course, map of Toronto. And so they had a lot of LPs in Canada. I would love to pick up some more of them. I only have this one release, and of course I bought it for one reason only. 2 words, Echo Beach, right? So Martha and the Muffins, Echo Beach, just a new wave, little pop dance classic. So love that track, but certainly on the lookout for more Martha and the Muffins down here in the States. So I think they have like 7 or 8 LPs, something like that. Certainly much more successful in Canada, my understanding, but just a one-off here in the States with this great record and of course with Echo Beach. All right, so those are my entries for the Around the World contest. Feel free to like and comment. I'm having a good time here in the VC and meeting a lot of great folks. And Chris, I'm really enjoying your channel as well, so congrats again on the subscribers. And as like I say when I end these videos, with everything going on out there today, there's a lot going on out there today. Let's all take a moment to sit back, think about stuff, and just remember to be kind to one another. Thanks, folks. Have a great day.